Welcome everybody, this is Tony Sims for Dreamlab Production, and today we are very excited to share with you a range of products from the amazing Allen amps. Allen offers many different products for many different kinds of players. This one that we're going to take our first look at today is the model LF, or Little Fella. Okay, so this will take 6 L6s for 10 watts or 6 V6s for 6 watts. The combo version comes with an 8-inch speaker, and while it may be only this big, it literally sounds this big. It's huge. This is going to be great for the bedroom player. This is going to be great for the studio player. This takes pedals like a champ, very pedal friendly, and the feature set is simple but effective. You have volume, treble, bass, and Allen's own little feature that I love. It's called the raw feature. And what this little guy does is, all the way to the left, you're going to get a classic sort of traditional blackface tone. And as you move your way over to the right side, you're moving into the tweed zone. So it's pretty cool in that you can really find the kind of special voicing that you want for your own individual tone. I tend to personally live a little more on the tweed side, but I like that big, low, mid kind of rumble and growl that you can get. But on the blackface side, you're going to get all those really spanky, great strat tones that we all love so much. This also comes in a head version, so you can go ahead and plug that into your favorite 8-ohm cab and have at it. Also, this does come with a raw foot switch, so you can turn that feature on and off at will. Great for bedroom players, great for studio players, sounds huge in a tiny package. I strongly recommend you check out the Allen LF. Okay, so here we have the Allen Chihuahua. I would like to say before I get started that one of the things I really like about Allen amps is it's one guy. It's David Allen who builds these creations from beginning to end. And he builds them the right way, the way that you would want your amp built for you. He uses all top shelf components. This is a finger jointed solid pine cab. These are made in America, made right here in USA. So this is a Class A tube amp. This is 10 watts. You can use a 6L6 for that power, or you can use an EL34. It's really up to you if you want that extra bark and bite. This is going to be pumping its sound out of an Eminence Copperhead 10-inch speaker, which is a great pairing for this amp. Out of about the 5 different amps that we've tried today in our demo video that we're making, my creative partner Chris Riggs, this is probably his favorite of the bunch. He's nuts over this thing. I've had to wrestle it away from him just to get this shot done. So, okay, tube-driven reverb on this is a beautiful addition and a rarely seen feature in an amp this size. So I was really excited to plug it in, and I was indeed justified in that excitement once I heard the tones dripping literally out of this amp. This is a keeper, a sleeper, a wonderful amp. This is going to be good for the bedroom players. Again, this is good for small clubs, small shows, studio stuff. Crank it up. You got a master volume too, which is kind of nice if you're somebody who is going to make good use of one. Finger jointed pine, don't forget. Master volume, raw control, foot switch, 10 watts, all tube, pine cabinet. dripping tone, the Allen Chihuahua. Here we are, you and me, in the sweet spot. This is my favorite amp. As a matter of fact, this is my amp. I love this amp. I would sleep with it, but my wife wouldn't allow it. Anyway, 18 watts of bad boy tone right here with 6V6, or 25 watts if you shove a 6L6 in there, okay? This also has the adjustable bias trim pots on the back, so you can do your work yourself quite easily. Tube-driven 3-spring reverb, tremolo, non-master, so you just crank it up for the goods. Foot switchable, by the way. And though it is a non-master, this amp features a Eminence Maverick 12-inch speaker. That's an attenuable speaker with a dial on the back. Gives you about 9 dB of play. So you can get your big boy tone and then dial that speaker down to where it's actually usable for you without tearing your head off. Beautiful speaker. Great marriage in this amplifier. The sweet spot. My sweet spot. Allen Amps. Brown sugar. How come you taste so good? This is a big boy. This is a bad boy. I'm gonna tell you right now. 15-inch speaker on this guy. You got 30 watts of 6L6 or 15 watts of 6V6. Any way you slice it, this amp sounds huge and delicious. It loves Gretsch guitars, let me tell you. Telecasters, Strats, all of them. But my personal favorite with this amp has been my Gretsch 6120. It just really makes it come alive. It purrs and growls with the best of them. Amazing amp. It's got an external output on the back as well. It's got that raw control that I have grown to love and don't really want to live without. Blackface over here, tweed over there. It's got your tube-driven 3-spring reverb, so dripping wet, and I mean just absolutely dripping wet, beautiful reverb, which you can adjust with this tone knob dedicated to the reverb. So darken it up, bright and splashy, whatever you're trying to do. Also, the presence knob on this amp is wildly effective and gives you a whole array of tones right here at your fingertip. Bright switch. This amp is incredible. Possibly my favorite tonally of the whole bunch. It's right neck and neck with my sweet spot. You got to know how I feel about my sweet spot. I love that amp, but I love this amp too. The Brown Sugar by David Allen.